Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, May 12th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi. Those are Luce's ears. And our energy mantra for today is, my truest nature is one of evolution. And today we have the sun at the final evolution of Sun in Taurus. We have 22 degrees. This is a master level degree, and we have the master card today as part of our astro energy. Now, the biggest thing that we have coming on today, besides coming out of the new moon energy, is the fact that this is the last full day of Jupiter at 29 degrees. Jupiter will be shifting on Thursday into the sign of Pisces. Now, Jupiter will also be coming back at the end of July, back into Aquarius and that 29 degree energy. But for right now, as we connect into this new moon energy, the fertile nature of that, I use the word fertile a lot when it comes to Taurus because the Taurus energy is so fertile and earthy. We really do want to hold the vision. And so that is a big part of this energy and a part of this mastery. And I also have the projections card in reverse. So not letting other people project their negativity, their energies, any of that onto your vision, your future, your energy, your vibration. Being willing to hold that energy come what may. And it doesn't mean that, we're humans. We have dips, and if you have a dip, there's no sense in beating yourself about that, up about that, because that doesn't support it. It's just recognizing it. And I think that's really the key of this revolution energy today is really awareness. Beyond this Jupiter 29 degree energy, holding that vision, the mastery of that, we have Mercury. Mercury in Gemini, which can definitely run our thoughts. It can bring up monkeys on treadmills in our mind. This energy, Mercury in Gemini, is connecting to Saturn in Aquarius. So those mental energies are very strong. Now Saturn, every planet has its positive energy and its challenging energy, right? So Saturn at its positive energy is about us stepping into our purpose. It's that responsibility. I can respond in a way that's true to myself. I can be authentic to my vibration, thinking about that in Aquarius. However, Saturn can get looped into the shoulds, and Saturn in Aquarius can get looped in to projections of other people's responsibilities, right? And suddenly take those on. I'm here to heal the world. No, you're here to heal your portion of the world, yourself, So really being very aware of that. Now it's interesting that this connection, the Mercury-Saturn connection is at 13 degrees. Again, that evolution energy. We also have several planets at 11 degrees. Again, master level energy. So we're really being called to step up in a way with our thoughts, with our mind, with our vibration, realizing that our mind, I guess it's not here, our mind is our responsibility. Being very mindful and aware of your thoughts through the day. Now, we're going to add in another layer to this. We have the moon moving into Gemini today. Moon in Gemini is very interesting. So the moon represents our emotions. Gemini really represents thoughts and communications. So when we have the moon in Gemini, we have to be very aware of that mental energy and the stories that we tell. Now, the first connection with the moon in Gemini will be with Venus. So Venus is in Gemini, and like I said, Venus in Gemini loves communication and fun and connection. It can be very flirty. It can be a very, very fun energy. We actually have Venus, of course, at that evolution degree of 4 today. There's so much evolution energy. So Venus can also represent money, our worth, our gifts, our talents, relationship stuff. We may have triggers, evolutionary triggers, right, coming up today or communicated at us from somebody else. We have that projections card, right? That can stimulate, what I'm seeing is a snowball story. So this happens when We start telling the story in our mind, and then we start feeling with our emotions this story, and then it runs away from us. And soon, it's the story that we're telling, and yet we're feeling the feels. We're having a breakdown, or feeling intense about it, or even happy. It's not necessarily bad. Be aware of these stories. Be aware of your snowball stories that are happening today. You know, if it is lifting you up, that's wonderful. Like, hey, let's go there. If you're feeling the feels through it, what I like to say about that is a lot of times when we go there, it is a wound that ultimately does need healing. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But again, we can let it get away with us or away from us and become this gigantic snowball, right? So staying mindful of the process and offering yourself healing will be beneficial. Speaking of this, Mars and Chiron are still connecting, and Mars and Uranus are connecting. So there's a lot of this emotional energy that can seemingly come out of nowhere. Like you're la-di-da, walking along, bam! Ooh, the pain. And this is, again, where the mastery. How can you show up for yourself in this energy? I have to say, I have the King of Swords, or the Control card, in reverse. So we may not feel like we have a lot of control over it, but again, the mindfulness, that is the best control. With the Projections card, chances are it is going to come from outside of you. And I have the Flowering card in reverse. I feel like there's going to be some worth stuff that we are really looking at, worth or money. But ultimately, where we can be is that harmony. Blending the mind and the heart, finding the balance between these energies, and that will come through your mindfulness. Speaking of other energies, we will have the Sun and Neptune connecting. Are you tired of lazy catting? Because I'm not, but I think I'm recovering from the move still. So there may be some lazy catting energy going on, but that's later in the evening. Take some time, tend to your daydream, tend to those visions. That's really supported, like, again, bringing that Neptune, that magic, onto Earth energy. And tomorrow, Thursday, we will have Jupiter moving into Pisces later in the evening. So that's a very exciting transit. I'm excited to dig into that. If you would like a reading, you can email me. And I do have the eclipse reading available, $44. The eclipses are in Sagittarius and Gemini. So message me about that. I have a few spaces available still. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.